But Stacey, I've pushed the stream live. I made you the host back again. I'm your co-host. I'll be here.
All right. Do I have to make you co-host?
Nothing. I've made myself the co-host. I've made
You
you the
have.
host.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes our class. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a Monday morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hope you all are ready to go.
Yes.
All right.
Looking forward to starting my week.
Fantastic. This is always a great way to start. I see everybody coming in, getting started on this Monday. It's really chilly where I am today.
Oh,
It doesn't feel like spring. It feels more like fall. Oh, I see some of my regulars already in this morning. It's so good to see you. I love that you all come back and want to be here. It's not always easy to get up early and get started this way. So I'm really glad you all put forth the effort to do that. We're up to 33 already this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
good morning.
Oh, good morning, Cassandra. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing.
Good. Good. And I love seeing all your faces too. Love seeing you guys.
Stacy, did you get all the rain we sent your way from Ohio?
Oh, we did get some rain. It wasn't a whole lot. It was a lot of intermittent start and stop. Some areas got more than what
We got rain the whole day yesterday from start to finish.
Denise, you only have a ball to sit on. Can you do this class? So you don't have a regular chair? I wouldn't discourage you from trying, but it may be a little bit challenging because we're going to work on balance a little bit as we do core strength. So we do lean to the side, and I wouldn't want you to fall off that ball. It would be better if you had something with more stability. Any chair, even the sofa, a bench, a stool.
All of our chairs are counter height.
Oh,
Have anything low, but I will spread my legs out, and if I can't do it, I'll just hold a core.
Okay, just be really careful.
Will do. Thanks.
Okay. We're up to 44 people already. I'm going to go ahead and share my starting slides with you. Whoops, where did we go? There we go, share screen. All right, morning fitness. Move you guys down here. Present. There we are. Welcome to Monday Morning Fitness, core training for strength and balance. I'm your guide. My name is Stacy. I'm from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, and I worked for many years in the school system in Maryland as a school counselor. In addition to that, I started working in the fitness business in the mid-1980s and have always just kind of kept a toe in the water through all these years. I have been a fitness instructor, a personal trainer. I've done corporate fitness in the DC and Baltimore area. I have managed a fitness center as well as owning a fitness center briefly in the 1990s. And I absolutely love it. I wish that could be the full-time gig, but you know, I was led in a different direction and enjoyed my time in the school system as well. I do love connecting with other adults who are interested in fitness and who want to improve their health and learn more about how they can do that through fitness. Get Set Up is a training and educational platform, as you know. It helps you learn wonderful, useful skills from people just like yourself, so you can do all kinds of fabulous things. And since we do learn from one another, ideally, you'll let us into your home this morning and turn your cameras on. Remember, this is no judgment zone. We don't care if you come in your pajamas. I don't care. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking to see some movement. So even if you aim your cameras up toward the ceiling, I'll see perhaps your hands move a little bit when I look out from my chair at the computer screen. Remember that you can always request a recording after class. Email help@getsetup.io and ask for a recording of today's session. If you're joining by the live stream on our website, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Happy that you found us. Just remember that the best way to fully participate and join us is to register for a class. And that way you get the advantage of being able to participate fully in the chat, as well as you'll receive the email after class with some key takeaways and a link to provide feedback. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services that may be talked about or demonstrated during my class. Be sure you check with your doctor. It's always recommended prior to beginning any new exercise program or intensifying what you're already doing. It's always important to have that conversation with your doctor, especially if you have any health conditions, if you take any medications, if you're recovering from surgery or an illness. And more specifically, and very important, if your doctor has given you specific recommendations, restrictions, or limitations regarding your range of motion or how hard you work out during a session. Be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything that I show or demonstrate during class. Just making a bit of an adjustment here. Hopefully you can see my feet. Here we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I'm going to spotlight myself so that we can go ahead and get started. Remember to keep yourselves muted during the session. Remember, it is being broadcast live on the internet, so you don't want any of your personal conversation maybe going out there if you answer the phone, if you have dog barking or whatever. So make sure that you're muted. And also we have our TA Joe with us this morning. Joe is available directly in the chat. If you are having trouble with audio, video, or anything like that, just reach out directly to Joe in the chat and he will help you. And thank you for letting me know that you had to leave early. You don't need to tell me, it's okay to come and go, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. So let's get started. Make sure you have your water. Remember, you should be drinking water before, during, and after an exercise session. And during the session, maybe every 10 or 15 minutes, or as your body prompts you. As you know from being in my classes, I am really big on listening to your body and the messages that we get. And sometimes we tend to ignore them. So if your body says you're thirsty, be sure you drink water. If your body says take a deep breath, if your body says slow down, if you're feeling like an exercise is too hard or it causes pain, follow those promptings of your body and take it easy, or stop, take a pause, rejoin us when you're ready. So remember that we're going to work a lot on posture this morning. Posture helps us with our balance, and it's also just sort of the center of everything that we do. So along with posture, we focus on the core. The core muscles are the center of everything. It's where you get your power, your speed. It's how you stabilize yourself so that you don't fall if you get knocked off balance a little bit or pulled this way and that by your dog or something else happens, your foot goes out from under you. Often, if you have a strong core section, you can regain your balance and avoid a fall, injuries that may occur during a fall. Nobody wants that. So sitting on our chair, I recommend that you're sitting midpoint from the back of the chair to the front edge of the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, your torso is straight, spine in a neutral position. That means you're feeling nice and long, lengthen through the spine. Your hips are forward and your thighs come straight out in front of you. So your knees are about a hip width apart and your knees are bent at 90 degrees. Your lower leg is perpendicular to the floor. Your feet are flat on the floor, toes face forward, knees are aiming over the center of your foot. So like the mid, second, and third toe is where the aim should be for your knees. And remember what that does for us is it keeps our femur, our thigh bone, in alignment with our shin bone, our tibia. And that's important because we don't want that twisting to occur. Our knees are not meant to twist. They are only meant to bend forward and back. So in all things, be sure that you keep your knees directly over your toes. So we're going to start by reminding ourselves that the core muscles can be felt by lifting, this is actually the abdominal girdle, lifting the rib cage ever so slightly with a tightening motion that causes just a little bit of tension through here. And as your rib cage is lifted, you're going to feel space between the bottom of your ribs and the top of your hip bone. If you are aware of that space, you don't necessarily have to feel it, but sometimes it helps to start that way and go, oh yeah, I have a little bit of space in there. If you're aware of that, then you have engaged the muscles of your abdominal girdle. Now the core muscles start there, but also include all the muscles that are attached to the spine: shoulders, chest, upper back, mid back, lower back, hips, and of course, all of the abdominals. Inhale up, reaching tall, stretching and lifting your rib cage, and exhale. This time when you inhale, I want you to just hold here for a second and feel what's happening to those abdominal muscles. Are they tight? Have they moved? Do they pull up maybe to help lift the ribs? And exhale. This time, let's do that same inhale, but don't use your arms. Instead, I want you to place your hands directly between rib cage and hips. So if you put your thumbs on the bottom of your ribs and your pinkies on your hips and your hands splayed kind of around where your belly button is, and let's do that inhale and feel the additional space between the lower ribs and your hips. And now when you exhale, don't let anything change through this midsection. You feel that extra tightening? That's the transverse abdominis, or the muscles that run side to side across your abdominals. That's engaging those muscles. Now I want you to just pull in by sucking your belly button back towards your spine in an exercise called vacuums. So press that belly button toward the spine and hold it, but continue breathing. Now nobody can see you doing this exercise. You can hold it for 20 to 30 seconds and feel the tension through side to side from right around the area of your waist, from hip to hip. Feel the tension as you are holding your abdominal muscles back in, nice and tight, holding that in, and now release. And let's do it again. Inhale and pull those muscles in nice and tight. And if you need to use your hand to make sure that you've got that space here, do so. And as you exhale, keep holding your muscles in. Keep holding. Keep holding and release. And now just pull that belly button in nice and tight toward your spine. Pull it in, press it back, keep breathing. Sitting up nice and tall, don't tense your shoulders through this exercise, but pull that belly button back. We're gonna hold it for 15 more seconds. Holding it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, relax. This is an exercise you can do anytime, anywhere. When you're driving, when you're sitting at your desk, watching TV, even laying down in bed. This is still an effective exercise. Let's do it just one more time. Pull that belly button in. Press it in like you're trying to push your internal organs in toward your spine. Just press, press, press it in nice and tight, holding for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. So you're going to feel this exercise. Most likely you will be aware that your tummy muscles have been working. You may feel that tomorrow. And it may feel like you had a bad cold and were coughing, because that's actually the muscles that you use when you're coughing. So that's, again, the transverse abdominis goes side to side. And interestingly enough, those are actually the muscles that you want to work and tighten and engage and make sure they're strong if one of your fitness goals is to reduce the size of your waist. That would be the muscle group that you want to work first. Because the other abdominal muscles that we work, the ones that run from top to bottom, the ones that give you a six-pack, they make external muscles. If you're looking for a six-pack, that will happen. But they don't do anything to actually minimize the size of your waist. So I know us ladies are often thinking about pulling in our waistline. So remember, it's that really easy exercise for the transverse abdominis. They're often called vacuums because you think about sucking in your belly button toward your spine. So there's my little lesson for this morning. I've been sort of giving this reminder over the last few weeks, and I hope you're doing it occasionally when you're just sitting. So let's get to it, you guys. I've been talking quite a bit. The next exercise I want to do with you this morning is a stretching and strengthening. It's the cat and cow, and we're going to do it seated. So to start, we're going to use that same muscle group by thinking about pressing belly button into the spine. But this time, instead of holding an upright position, allow your spine to curve forward. Now, someone asked me in one of the questions recently, if when you do this exercise, should your shoulders round forward like inward or forward? And my answer is your shoulders should round. They should not come in. So it's not like you're bringing your arms in and allowing your shoulders to round in this way, sideways, but just to round over. So there's a smooth C curve from your tailbone to your shoulders right now, but your shoulders are not rounded inward toward your chest. So in this position, now I want you to go ahead and relax your neck and just let your head tip down. Feel that stretch through the whole length of the spine. What you're doing here is giving a little bit of a space to the vertebrae. And as we release, we start from the belly button as if you had a string that went straight through the belly button, wrapped around the spine like a lasso, and you could pull it outward like this. Pull, starting at the waistband, straightening, finally bringing up the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders, the head comes up, your hips go back, and now press back with the tailbone and lift with the head, lengthening the spine into the cow stretch. I'm leaning ever so slightly forward and I'm allowing my hands to just go right over my knees. Now this stretch is a lengthening of the spine, elongating the spine and the muscles. It is not collapsing at the waist or arching the back in what I call the broken donkey. Not that, just a nice long spine, lengthening and release. Now we're going to do our tip backs. So I'm going to scoot just ever so slightly in my chair. We're going to use a straight back and we're going to hinge from the hips like this. Let me demonstrate first. I'm going to sort of tuck my arms in so you can see my back. I keep a straight long back. I hinge backward, tap the edge of my chair, the top of my chair right here, tap and return. So in this manner, I am working through my abdominal muscles and a little bit with my hip flexors, but with my straight spine, I have to make sure that my core muscles in the abdomen, the abdominal region, are nice and tight because that's what's helping me keep my spine straight and regain that upright position. Now, where you can put your hands, hold on to the seat of the chair if you want extra support. Go with hands on hips if you don't need that support. Or what I like to do is a counterbalance. I put my hands out in front of me like dead bug position, and I tip back, tap, and return. Can we do 8 of these? And if you're on a ball, this would not be recommended right now. So just take a little minute and pause while we do these. Tip back, tap, and return. Nice and straight and tall. Tip back, tap, and return. Straight and tall. Feel this in your strong, tight core muscles. Tip back, tap, and return. Relax your shoulders. Make sure you're breathing. Tip back, tap, and return. One more time. Tip back, tap, and return. Great job. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab my ball. Remember, fitness ball is optional in this class. I keep adding additional exercises with the ball because I absolutely love it. If you don't have a ball, I recommend maybe if you have a stuffed animal, a small stuffed animal handy, you could go ahead and use that. This one is actually, I stole it from my dog. Shh, don't tell her. And I ordered my fitness ball on Amazon, and you don't have to, but I like it because it's a little bit sticky, so I feel like I have a good grip with it. It comes with a pump, so you inflate it on your own. I have mine inflated pretty large and tight. It's probably 9 inches, 10 inches in diameter, but you can do it smaller and softer. This ball, for example, is from the drugstore. This was $3.99 at the drugstore. Even though it's smaller and easier to hold in my hand, it's slippery on its surface. So I always feel like I'm going to drop it. It's not really good for this. And remember, you can make your own fitness ball by using a bandana or a handkerchief. Put your old mismatched socks in the middle, and on the diagonal, tie the four corners together, and you'll have a fitness ball that will work for our purposes today, because we're not going to bounce it. We're just going to hold on to it. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to start in dead bug pose with our arms directly out in front of us. And we're going to just take one arm at a time, down and back, alternating arms down to hip height, return to this position, hip height and return, hip and return. We are just beginning to loosen up our shoulders. Shoulders are often tight. Sometimes they're the source of discomfort. We lose a bit of the range of motion that we normally have in our shoulders as we get older, because we're not doing the kind of things we did as kids, like the games we play, twirling a jump rope, things like that. So it's important that we keep our shoulders loose and limber so we can continue to have that nice range of motion for tennis or golf or pickleball, racquetball, badminton, any of those other sports that you might enjoy with your friends or your grandkids. So we're just loosening up right here, down and up, down and up. One more time to the right and left, down and up, down and up. Now remember, to modify these exercises, two ways. One is make the motions smaller. The second way is shorten your arms. So if reaching all the way out here and going down and back puts too much stress and strain on your shoulder, try it with a bent arm, make it a smaller movement. You can also take the movement slower than I'm demonstrating, or just do every other one and take a pause in between. Do not work through pain. Don't work through discomfort. Don't continue if there's cracking and grinding. Make the movement smaller and slower. We're going to do overhead and open to the side. I realize I'm talking a lot this morning. I apologize. Probably a holdover from Friday when we talked for 2 whole sessions. All right, so lifting up overhead, back to the front and open side. Let's do it with the same arm 8 times on the first side, which maybe might be your right. Lift, return, open side. Lift, return, open side. Keep your elbows soft, not locked. That puts too much stress and strain on both the elbow and the shoulder. Your back is straight and strong, torso upright. Chest is lifted. You're breathing at a normal rate and rhythm. Lift and return, open side and together. Lift. One more time on this side, and then we're going to switch to the second side right here. Let's keep going. Lift. We're now on the second side and open right out to the side. Lift and open side. Remember to take it at your own pace and open. And if you're not using a ball and you're just moving your hands, that works perfectly fine. And open. Lift and open. Lift and open. Just a few more. Lifting. Check your posture. Relax your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. 2 more on this side. Lift and open. Here's the last one right here. lift, and open. Now we're going to take both arms up and center, twist side, center, other side, and back to the front. Lift up overhead, back to the center, both arms to the side with a gentle twist, to the front, other side, to the front, and lift. Front, open side, other side. And lift, open side, front, side, front, and lift. Front, side, and side. As you're doing these twists, make sure you feel that space in here with the diaphragm lifted. Lift. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. No tension. And lift. We're going to do just one more after this one. And here it is. Up. And relax. With one arm, let's take a reach like you have something up here in the upper corner, and with a long straight arm, I want you to do just a cross body reach and back up. So you can hold on to the seat of the chair if you need that extra support, or place your hand on your thigh or on your hip, whatever is comfortable for you. Reach, cross, down. We're not doing the twist and like the other exercise that I do where we pull the ball in and we bend the arm and we place it down this way and lean over. This is a little bit different because we're going to keep our arm long and stretched. Take it straight across the body and over to the side, but don't tip your torso over, and back up. So even though we have a long arm, we keep the elbow soft. And down. Reach, cross over, and down. Now this is a different type of move for your shoulder area. So if you need to modify by making the movement smaller, you do so. And across. Reach and across. Reach and across. We're just going to do one more after this one. And across. Now we're going to do the one that you're used to, where we reach and we twist and lean over like we're putting the object in a basket beside us. So reach like you're grabbing something off the shelf, pull it in, you can bend your elbow comfortably, and then twist and lean, placing that item in a pretend basket beside you. Again, you can hold on to the chair for support, place your hand on your thigh if that's comfortable, or hand on the hip. Reach and cross body, put the item in the basket beside you. Reach, cross body, right here. Two more, reach, right here. Last one, reach, right here, rest. Now we're going to reach and throw. So this is a movement where we're grabbing something like this and then reach and throw forward. Grab right here, reach and throw forward. Grab, reach and throw, grab, reach and throw, grab, reach and throw. One more. Grab, reach and throw. Rest. Make sure your shoulders and neck are relaxed. I know that I did something in one of my classes last week and kind of caused a Charlie horse along one side of my neck. So I know that it's very easy to kind of forget and allow tension to rest in our shoulders and neck area. And so I also keep reminding myself, a lot of my reminders for you are also for me to internalize. Let's start with that long diagonal movement. We're up here with a straight arm across the body and back up. Cross the body and return. Cross the body and return. Soft elbow, gentle movement. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Reach. 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 One more coming up right here. And the next one is that reach, but we're going to put the item in the basket beside us. So reach, twist, and place it down beside you. You bend your elbow for this exercise. Reach nice and long and down beside you. Reach and right here. Reach, relax your neck and shoulders. Lift the diaphragm on that reach. Think about keeping it lifted through the rest of the movement. Reach. Reach. Two more. Nice and long with that reach. Here it is. And reach and throw. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Be careful on the throwing that you control your arm and elbow. Don't allow your elbow to snap or lock when you reach forward. Reach and throw. Keep control. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Two more. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Let's do the both arm throwing the ball forward. So starting nice and tall. And as you do this movement, there's a slight tilt to your torso, hinging from the hips. Toss that ball. You're holding on to it, but the idea is to pretend as though this is a sharp, forceful movement like you are passing a basketball in a game. And pass. Diaphragm lifted. And in. And pass. Make sure you're breathing, not holding your breath. Two more. Last one. Release. We're going to do those circles now, reaching out to the side. Circle around with your upper body. Keep your hips stationary in the chair, and then take it to the other side. So it looks like this. I'm going to reach out to the right, circle around, keeping the ball level, and bringing it back into my waist on the left. Reach out to the left, circle around, bring the ball back in on the right. So what this does is it really works the lower end of your core muscle groups because you have to stabilize yourself. So I feel this a lot in my hips and my gluteal muscles, the muscles I'm sitting on. I feel that nice and tight because I'm trying to maintain both of my hips firmly planted in the chair and not lean and fall off the chair. So you're testing your balance here by working those core muscles to keep your body stable, to let yourself go off balance and then pulling it back in. But while you're not falling off the chair, you have to keep everything really tight and strong. So this is such an amazing movement for testing the strength of your core and the muscles that help keep you stable. So starting nice and tall, remind yourself of the proper positioning and your posture and the part of your body that you want relaxed and not tense, like your neck and shoulders. And you're going to reach out to the side and allow your torso to go off balance, reaching all the way in a circle and bringing your hands back in on the other side of your waist and reach out off balance all the way as far as you can safely reach and bringing your hands back in at your waist. Reach out, circle around and back in. Reach out to the side, circle around and back in. So modifiers here would be don't bend so far, don't reach so far, don't lean out. So even if you stay basically upright and you reach to the side and you circle around here, you're still activating that same muscle group. You don't have to take it out and all the way down here where I am to get the benefits of this movement, this exercise, and activate this muscle group. Be sure you're taking it where you are and just start from your own comfort level and only challenge yourself to go bigger with the movement or deeper into the muscles. Only challenge yourself to do that when you're ready. So back to it. Let's see if we can do 4 sets. Nice and tall, hands at the waist, reach out to the side, all the way around and back in at the waist on the other side. Reach out, circle around and bring it back in at the waist. Out, around and in, out, around and in. Let's do 2 more sets. Reach, circle around, bring it in, reach, circle around and in. Just 1 more. I hope you're with me. I hope you're feeling this. Reaping the benefits right here. Reach around and back in at the waist. We're going to release the ball now. Thank you for doing that with me. I love those exercises. We're going to move on now to a little bit of hip work, activating those lower muscles, sitting up nice and tall in the chair. Hold on to the seat if you need to. Hands on hips if that's better for you. Hands on thighs works too. So the first exercise is just heels reaching out. You're taking your leg. This is a very gentle and small leg extension. Just reaching, unbending, if you will, your knee and reaching out 1 leg at a time, alternating right and left with a heel tap. Here it is, right here. Heel tap, heel tap, heel tap. Sitting nice and tall. Heel tap, heel tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a bigger movement if you can. Just extend the leg and return. Now, when you do this, keep your toes facing toward the ceiling. Just lift and lower. Extend just as far as you can. You don't need to straighten your leg the whole way. Just do what you can. Keep your hips firmly planted in the chair. Hands on hips if you like. Hold on if that helps you. Sitting up nice and tall. Diaphragm is lifted. Shoulders and neck are relaxed, right? And extend. Out and in. We're going to do 1 more to the right and the left. 1 more right here. And return. And now I want you to just do a heel lift. Keep your toes on the floor and just lift your heel off the floor. So if you happen to be like me and you're not wearing shoes, you can feel working through your foot, going from the heel on the floor to lifting and just having the ball of the foot and the toes on the floor. Now you're activating your calf muscles here, but you're also working through the small muscles in your foot, and this helps support your ankles. Lifting, one heel and then the other. One heel and then the other. One more time to the right and left. Now, can we march here in our chair, a seated march? Keeping your feet flat, can you just lift ever so slightly so your foot clears the floor? It doesn't have to be a high stepping march. Just keep it right here, just a gentle lift, because what's important is that you're maintaining the proper positioning of the rest of your body. So here we are, you're doing something and putting extra tension on your hip muscles, right here on the hip flexors, which are the muscles in the front that lift your legs. So you want to make sure your abs are tight, your diaphragm is lifted, shoulders and neck relaxed. Remember, you can hold on if you need to, gives you extra support, and take this exercise at your own pace. Lifting right here. All right, let's do a compound exercise that would be a heel tap, a leg extension, a knee lift, and then crossover and back. Now, not everyone can do the movement of crossing over and back. And if that's you, you can rest that one, just wait that one out, or do another knee lift if you're able to do that. All right, so it's a heel tap, a leg extension, a knee lift, and a crossover and return. Let's do it alternating legs. Heel tap, leg extension, knee lift, cross and return. Heel tap, leg extension, knee lift, crossover. Heel tap, leg extension, knee lift, crossover. One more to the right and left. Heel tap, leg extension, knee lift, crossover. Heel tap, leg extension, knee lift, crossover. Great. Let's do a little inner and outer thigh work. So sitting right here nice and tall in the chair, let's do that heel tap. We're going to start there. But then if you could do just a slight lift so your foot can clear the floor, we're going to open the leg just to the corner of the chair, of the seat of the chair, and return. Open and return. So as we do the opening movement, we're working the outer thigh, and as we bring the leg in together, we're working the inner thigh. Open, return, 4 more, and return, and 3, 2, here's the last one, and then we're going to do the other leg. So remember, we start with the heel tap. We lift just slightly, clearing the foot from the floor, and then open side and return. Open side and return. And 4 more right here. Great. And 3. 2 more. Last one. And return. Let's do one exercise for our posture to improve the muscles of our upper back and our shoulder area, as well as stretching across and opening through the chest. So we're going to do that alphabet stretch that I do periodically. It's Y, W, T, L. So with our arms, we make the letter Y, nice and tall, reaching. And then the object here, with the thumbs facing your back wall, the object is to press the arms back behind the midline of the body, holding this position, relaxing your neck right here, and activating the shoulder muscles that are in your back, right? The muscles that draw your shoulders together toward your spine. And then pull your elbows down and back. Feel the difference here. We're pressing the elbows back. Now you can really feel those shoulder blades pressing in toward your spine. And then let's take the T position. Now your thumbs are forward, palms are down, pinkies toward the back wall. And reach those pinkies back even further behind the midpoint of your body like this. Feeling like you're about to take off in flight. And then pulling your elbows into your waist, elbows down and back, palms are lifted, thumbs toward the back again. And pressing and release. That's a stretch and strengthening exercise that you can do anytime. It's great if you do a lot of work at your desk. It's a great break for you to do. Just think about those letters, the Y, W, T, and L, and just take a few minutes to strengthen and stretch out. You're stretching across the muscles in the front of your body, which tend to get contracted from hunching over and stooping and reading and driving and carrying a bag and working at the desk and looking at your phone and all of those things that we do that are forward motions. They relax the muscles of your back, upper back and shoulders, and they tighten the muscles here across the front of the chest wall. So by doing the exercise that I just demonstrated, we're opening up through the chest and strengthening those muscles of the upper back so you can have really good posture. And having strong, good, proper posture also helps with the core muscle, helps with balance and stability, and helps to avoid falls. So that's why we work on it. Anyway, stay with me for a little bit of breath work and my closing slides. I haven't prompted you to drink water during class today, so if you have your water nearby, be sure and do that. All right. Find a comfortable seated position now and just relax. If you want to relax and sit back into your chair, you can go ahead and do that. But if you like to maintain the posture that we work through the class, that's fine too. What's important is that you begin to bring your awareness to your breathing, even more so than what we did during class. And just be aware that as you inhale and take in that good, positive, energetic Monday morning air, feel and notice how your ribs rise and expand with the intake of air. Imagine that air this morning is a beautiful yellow color of sunshine. My sun is out here this morning and it is beautiful. I love to see the sun glistening through the trees. So I'm thinking of a beautiful yellow color this Monday morning. And the air that I bring in is yellow, and it's joyful, and it's glorious, it's beautiful, it's positive, it's clean and clear, and it feels so good with each breath. And if your body prompts you to take a deep breath and sigh, just do that with me. And then return to your normal, comfortable rate and rhythm of breathing. And as you do so, maybe you want to close your eyes and focus on my words today. If not, find a spot in front of you where you can focus your gaze for just a few minutes as I share with you some positive affirmations that you can take with you into your day or even your week if today is the only day that you're with me. I learn from both positive and negative experiences during my learning journey. So what that means is, if you have a negative experience, maybe something hurt when you tried to do the movement, or maybe you couldn't do as many as you thought you could. That That's not necessarily negative, but what it is feedback. And that's how we learn, from the feedback. And if your feedback was positive, then you realize that that is a movement that's easy for you. And maybe you can challenge yourself the next time to take it even more difficult, to the next level. With exercise and fitness classes, I open new doors in my life. Maybe I can do new things. Maybe I have the confidence to try a new sport, or my balance and flexibility has increased such that I can return to a sport that I love, but thought maybe I couldn't do it anymore. So if any of those things sound like you, take that with you today. And finally, and most importantly for this day and week, my mind is at peace. With whatever happens today, whatever comes my way, things that I can't control, my own mind stays at peace. Thank you for joining me. Stay with me as I come up to the computer screen and share my closing slides. And I'm going to bring my water with me.
Excuse me, Stacy. There was a suggestion in the chat box. I did not want to interrupt in between while you were exercising. So it was from Barbara. Basically, she was asking she was saying that you could please consider talking when performing the exercise and less stopping.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me go ahead and share. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember that you can share your experience on social media if you're active by using the hashtag #GetSetUp or the @GetSetUp, depending on what social media you're using. One or the other is more appropriate. And if you're not on social media, that's okay. Email Liz at getsetup.io. You can email her directly. And look for these related classes: Ageless Grace. You could take line dancing. That activates not just your body, but also your mind. That's really good for you. And dancing has been shown to lessen the chances of getting dementia as we age. So it's important to keep learning to dance and doing it. You can also look for yoga classes that we have, I believe, every day. So look for those. And my next class tomorrow is Let's Get Moving. And on Wednesday, seated strength training, and Thursday, fitness combo. So look for the email that you will receive that will contain some key takeaways in the form of class notes like this. And I have also included an uploadable document that contains my reminders that I give. You can hang it up in your workout space, the reminders to breathe, to use good posture, to use modifications, to take breaks when needed. I have those typed up in a little poster size, well, 8.5 by 11 poster. So download that if you need to, as well as some other notes that you can receive if you download the documents. The email will also have some other classes highlighted that you may want to check out. And there will be a link where you can provide feedback. Remember that you can invite a friend right on our website by looking for this screen and clicking on Invite a Friend. And then that will take you to the next screen in which you can enter your friend's email address and then click the orange tab, and that will automatically send them an email for how they can also sign up on Get Set Up. This is the email that you need to remember: help@getsetup.io. That's the email that you would use if you want to request a session recording, if you would like to host an interest group, or if you have an idea for a class that we don't have at this time and you want to make that suggestion. And remember, we partner with assisted care, senior living, government and community organizations, and maybe you want to share about your organization with us so that we can connect with them. Again, all of that is available through this email, help@getsetup.io. So once again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thanks,
All right,
Stacy.